Hi, and happy October 2nd. My name is Brenda Rourke Rivera, and this is the very first video I have ever done on YouTube. The reason I wanted to do this was because my husband and I decided at the end of August that we wanted to be host family for foreign exchange students. So I'm like this. If I have an idea, I start researching on YouTube and online, and I started looking for videos on YouTube about foreign exchange students from their perspective, which I found a lot and were really awesome to watch. And then also from the parents' perspective, the good, the bad, the challenges, the pros, the cons. I just wanted to know everything I could so I could make a really educated decision and be really good with my decision. So just to kind of fill you in a little bit on my life, I am an owner of 2 nutrition clubs. So as a business owner, I do have a little bit of freedom as far as time goes. My husband is a truck driver with Canada Dry, and his hours, he tends to work a lot. And he has 2 boys that are in their 20s that don't live with us, and I have 2 boys in their 20s, and one lived with us and one did not at the time. And we decided, after seeing a Facebook ad, desperately looking for host families, I talked to him, I'm like, honey, what do you think about this? He said, oh, I don't know. I said, let me get more information. So I emailed the lady, her name is Carol, and she ended up being our coordinator. And so I found out the facts. And here's how our agency works. If you have no children in your home, you have to agree to take 2 of the students. And that was fine with us because we didn't want one student who would then be bored in the house, and then we would feel like it was our obligation to entertain them. So we agreed to that. We agreed to 2 boys, and then we had just financially, we don't get paid for this, so it is something that you take on. However, the boys do receive an allowance. So that would be for haircuts, going to the movies, hanging out with friends, things like that, but everything else is on you. And we're stable, so we met that requirement. The kids have to have their own room. Well, let me rephrase that. If you have a child in your house that's the same sex and similar age, they can share rooms, at least with our agency. And we had 2 spare rooms in our house, but we thought it would be kind of neat. They're large rooms with a private bathroom. We thought it would be neat for both boys to share a room, and if they didn't get along, we would separate. So we had to, go out and buy beds and dressers and stuff. It was kind of like preparing to be parents again. And they had to do a home visit. So in the midst of all of this, before you get approved, we had a list of all of the boys that were in need. And what was really neat about that is you can pick boys that are fitting in with your lifestyle. So for us, we like to listen to music. We're not big TV people. We like to go hiking. We love to travel, but we're not super sports fanatics. So I knew for sure I didn't want kids that were hardcore into sports because I felt like I couldn't do a good job supporting that because it's just not my realm, and I'm not something super knowledgeable on that subject. But if they were into art, music, cooking, my husband's a fantastic cook, they would really fit into our family. So every single kid I read about, I was like, oh, honey, he sounds good, he sounds good, he sounds good. But we narrowed it down to 3, and then you had to say your top 2 choices and your third choice, because one of the other 2 may have already been spoken for. So it was really neat. We chose a young man named Freddie in Germany, and he was into, and hopefully he'll be on the, during the series, because we want to document the whole school year, and I told them I was going to be doing a YouTube channel. And Freddie's this really cool kid from Germany, and he's into martial arts. He's a black belt. He's been cooking for his family 1 night a week since the age of 12. So the cooking thing, John was like, oh yeah, that's our boy. We definitely want him. And he had a job delivering meds to older people in Hamburg, Germany is actually where he's from. So we knew he was going to be one of our boys. And then the other boy was Amirjan. And so Amirjan is from Tajikistan. I had to look it up. My husband had to look it up. So don't feel bad if you have to look it up. It's a 3-hour flight south of Russia and right above Afghanistan, and all of the stands are right by him. And to the west of him is the Caspian Sea. So I was curious if he had ever been there. He has not. His mom's a doctor, his dad's a taxi driver, and he has a sister. So it's really neat. You get to see a lot about the families. And he's a very smart kid. He wants to be an international businessman, and he likes to sing and strum on the guitar, and we just felt like that's our kid. There was a third child from Mexico that I really, like if we had a minivan, I might have tried to really convince my husband, like, sweetheart, let's take 3 kids. But we decided, let's just stick with the 2. So it was really neat. After Carol came to our house and did the evaluation, and of course I share everything on social media. I love social media just because of what I do for a living, but then also it's just fun to get feedback. So after we got the final approval, I had to go to school. I had to register them. I felt like such a new mom. I was like super excited. I was introducing myself to the people in the school. That was another video. It didn't go so well at that school. We'll save that for another time. But as an advocate for the boys, I thought it was really important for me to advocate for good education for them. Anyway, different video. So it was really, really neat because we got to email them, and you get like a brief thing that the kids fill out too, like a brief questionnaire. But then we got to meet Freddie's parents in Germany. Dad speaks pretty fluent English, actually. Mom speaks some English. So we did a Zoom chat. And it was just so neat to see our boy for the first time. I say our boy because we kind of joke with the family, like that's our son, just temporarily. And he seemed really, nervous. He was wringing his hands, and we just thought that was really cute. He's 16, by the way, going into a junior. Very, very smart, very fluent. Just a really well-mannered kid. So we got to do that, and I know I was bugging my coordinator, like, when are they going to get the email? When do we get to chat? So finally we got to chat. I thought it was really great. Ourjourney, we couldn't chat with his family because they don't speak English. So I haven't even got to see the family at all, like to even wave on camera or anything. But it was really great to go through the process, to get their rooms ready, talk about the changes. Like we knew our grocery bill was going to go up because our meal plan is pretty simple, and we did tend to go out to restaurants quite a bit because he works long and we just like to do that, and he's a foodie and I'm kind of a foodie, but he really is the real one. So I loved everything about the process. It's been really, really great. If you're thinking about doing it, just some things to kind of keep in mind. Really read the children's profile to make sure they're a good fit with your family. Make sure you have realistic expectations. I am going to do another video about the first 2 weeks and kind of how that went. We were warned it would feel like they were guests in your home, and I definitely struggled with giving them chores and things like that, I'll be honest, but I'll do another video. So you can follow Ourjourney. It's Brenda, John, Ourjourney, and Frederick also goes by Freddie. And we're here in Delaware, and we can't wait to share our journey together and all of the places and experiences we get to do. So far, it really has been fabulous. I have 0 regrets. I haven't once thought, man, I wish I didn't do this. There are nights that I'm like, wow, I'm really tired. I forgot, when you have to feed other people and sit down as a family, I forgot about the energy that takes, but it's a good thing. I'm not complaining. It's like a really neat experience. It's just fabulous. So if you're thinking about doing it, you can follow Ourjourney. They are with us they arrived early September all the way until the beginning of June. So we're really excited, and thanks for watching. Bye, guys.